responsibility.
Oh, really? It come to that?
If you hear.
Hello!
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Spice and
I am Anne, the spice.
with a very spicy voice. I'm
Yeah.
Denise the Nice. As you can tell, Anne hasn't really recovered
Yeah.
her voice yet. So
Still, I'm still in the, like battery recharging. So that's why I couldn't do any of my other channel. But here I'm okay because at least I have
there's somebody
Denise.
else talking.
Yeah, somebody else will help me do like most of the talking, so I will
Oh,
not
it's
kill
okay.
myself.
When it comes to something that she's passionate, she'll stop talking anyway. So
That's
it's
true.
fine. Hi to all of y'all who's tuning in.
Yeah.
We have a viewer that says that it's so great when I got my question answered again. Okay,
Uh-huh.
good. So I'm glad that the topic today speaks to you. If let's say you have more topics that you want us to cover, let us know in the comments below. But for
Mm-hmm.
today's topic is keeping boundaries. But as I like to put it, don't make your problem my problem.
Don't make your problem my problem.
I think okay, don't make your problem my problem is easy when it's for me it's easy when it's work or it's somebody I don't really like or it's
Yeah.
somebody that I'm not close to.
Mm.
How do you usually do it? Like a one sentence answer when it comes to work.
When come to work about other people problem.
Fuck off.
No, I'm very good with confrontation, so I'm not scared.
Confrontation.
Yeah. I normally cut drama very fast and I normally tell the person to the face. So I remember one story I told you. So of course when we see corporate work, right? So the lady work with me because I'm do consultants. Of course we compete with each other because you need to win certain
There's certain targets and incentives.
target, and then because I keep the top in the business, so of course jealousy is happen, right? But the difference is when I go work, I really work. I'm not gossip. I don't go and eat and take my own time. I'm not. When I go work, I really full time of calling and take care of customer, right? So that's my target. I go work and I go home. I'm not come here to make friends. So one of the girl, she kind of like sit behind me and she pick point of like, oh, I break the rule or something in the company, and then she got shipped to the boss because that's the only thing they can do, right? Then I
have good enough results.
Yeah, and that's why I'm happen to hear that from my manager because she just questioned me. She said that be careful because you perform very well, and because you perform very well, people try to tear you down. So just be careful. Don't let people foul your mistake.
So at least the manager also knows.
They know, of course, they will treat me as a princess because I bring money for them. You know, business is not stupid. It's just a politic thing that
they still have to say just for
they just say for sake of say, and then all these girls like, she get wet, like that's kind of baby stuff. But I'm not a simple person, you know me, right? And then I'm like, okay, sure, but who give you this feedback? And the manager say like, oh, I cannot tell you. I'm just let you know that got people feedback. I say, sure, because you don't tell me, I also know. Because at that moment, in that minute, in that second, in that room, only have 3 person, me and 2 more girls. Even this girl say, okay, but if you don't give me a name, it's fine. I'll figure out myself. I stand up, I straight back to the consult room, and I ask both of them. And I use the F word in the room. I don't give a damn one. I say, who the heck who just give feedback? You have problem, you come talk to me. Then the other girl scared. I say, oh, she say not me. I say, okay, come, let's talk. I whack her in the face. I say, you have problem with me? Talk to me. Why? Why need to go behind? Is that fun? I don't think so though. Because the end we know what is the consequence. So what is your problem? What is your real problem? And then she was, and this kind of people is very sneaky one.
No, because they don't dare to.
They don't dare to be in front of me.
Yeah.
But they dare to play behind. And
then if you really broke a rule and then she tell you, hey, you broke a rule and it's real, then you be like, oh, okay, then next time.
Exactly. But that's the real friend is. If I do, but the thing is, I'm not doing wrong, and I know I'm not doing wrong. So because of that, I know it's come from jealousy, and of course the manager don't know the true one. They're not in that room. And then I would tell her, I say, you want to go HR with me? Because I'm ready to go HR with you if you say I'm doing wrong. Check the CCTV, bring the whole company down. Ask them to check. Do you willing to? And then she shut up. Then she apologized. So, and then of course when people apologize, I move on. But over time, that's what I hate when I go work. One more thing that gossip and think of untrue people make up story on their own. It just kill a lot of energy and time. That become your problem, become my problem. When I don't have a problem with you, but why you don't use that time to improve your skill? Why you don't use that time? Yeah, you do better for your life, right? Because everybody have a touch of a list of customers saying every morning they will give you a like how many list of client, let's call,
do something with it.
do something with it. So if you cannot do with it, or you cannot get, and then you cannot say the girl luckier than you, because
it's random.
It's random thing. And also she work the same amount of time like you. Am I right to say that you have 8 hours in office, the girl have 8 hour, result never lie, right? And if you result stagnant, it means you didn't
put in as much
effort to learn or improve or fix, because
or do something.
Like if your skill is not there, then why you don't change it? That why you don't improve it? Anyway, come back to that. So I'm deal with most of the time is confrontation. Right? I love to have a confrontation, because word can be misunderstood, and then word also can be the person listen half of the time they not really 100% understand where you come from. And sometimes we say something we need to take for a while to get it as to process. Well. Yeah, so it's a long process, but I love to have a confrontation. Nowadays,
is it always a confrontation though? Because confrontation is more like what happened to you.
Yes, it depends. It depends situation.
But you prefer to talk to the person face to face, whether it's a conversation or
if the person willing to, right?
Yeah,
but
not all the time.
Like you say, most of people don't like confrontation like me, right? Most of people don't have a ball to sit down with me.
But sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes it doesn't have to escalate to a confrontation. If the person is, it can also be a conversation, but like an open conversation. Right?
You see, conversation only come when we see friendship.
Okay,
but when you already make a problem become a problem, that's no longer friendship. That's the mean that you try to destroy.
Try to do something.
Try to do something, which is that's a different.
Then it becomes a confrontation.
Yes.
Okay, I get what you're trying to say.
So you cannot like, for example, somebody keep come and insult in your face. How can you have a conversation with? Yeah, that's
true. That's true.
It's not. And this is the same. They don't shout to your face. They do by action. They like sneaky.
They do behind
They do
your
behind
back.
you, and then they try to be funny, and they think like I'm sorry to say that, because I always laugh when I even think of that, right? But like, we live in a world of freedom of speech. I get it.
Yes, of course.
People have a freedom of speech what they want, and so do I, right?
Yeah.
And when you speak something, you speak what you truly believe, and you have to have agree with yourself that that's what I believe, and that's what we learn about integrity. But then when the person do something, like they speak something, and they assume, they book themselves the name tag of I'm the hero, because I'm trying to solve some problem right now by create another problem to make it bigger, like sabotage your friend, like say, hey, she the one who copied the study one, she who asked you to do that, right? I'm just giving example, just assume it's a class. So you have a freedom of speech. I get it. You can tell the teacher, look, she actually right now like copy the friend behind for her exam. Do you see? So what did she just contributing, by the way? She contribute nothing, and she book herself in the situation like I'm a Wonder Woman.
So basically, the person, whether it's he or she or whatever, just wants the attention and the recognition.
Yeah, and
oh, you're so.
But only children do that. Only children do that. Because adult, we have things to do. We have job to do. We need to make money. We have to provide. You just and this is happen around the world, not only with us, right? And this is what I always tell people: like, be careful with what are you listening to, especially with the people who like no face, no avatar, just 1-2 accounts, spam people around, like try to destroy people, and they think they are superhero, right? And
they're called keyboard warriors.
They have keyboard warriors. So the thing is, superhero, they show their face and they do good thing for the world. Superhero is someone who like give up their life, joy cross, red cross the whole world, and to save human being, superhero is someone travel around the world to save the children who have affect disease, or
I think it comes from the intention, right? Is
Yeah.
your intention for the recognition
yeah
and the power, or is your intention to do good?
yeah
If your intention is to do good and people report about you, then you're like, I whatever,
yeah
So
but I'm saying like this is what the part I'll say, you bring your problem to my problem, that you need attention.
Yeah, so
But you
now
create another problem,
Yeah.
which is not my problem.
Okay, I get what
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
So a bit of context for everybody. Sometimes when you talk about problems, it may not be a physical problem, like
Yes,
a
yes,
task.
yes.
It can also be somebody else's attitude,
Mm.
somebody else's energy, somebody else's vibes. And then I think I feel that it's easy to for me it's easy to I believe for everybody it's the same. Like if somebody you don't really care about somebody you don't really care about, you can just go like, don't make your problem my problem, and then you can walk away.
Yeah.
But I feel
In
that
general, that's
yeah,
how
but
we
I
do.
feel that sometimes it's a lot more difficult if the person is, let's say, your family, somebody that you are very close, yeah, that you truly care about.
Yeah.
Right? Then sometimes it's a lot harder to say, don't make your problem my problem, and then you
So how do you
walk
do with that?
away. I will okay. So recently I've had a very interesting experience, and actually this topic was decided about a week or 2 weeks ago when we came up with the list. It's just that I told you only yesterday, right? Because this one no need prep work one. Okay, just talk only. Okay, so what happened was that the list of topics is already decided. So I was thinking, okay, probably we'll do this today. Okay. And then just nice after we have decided, then recently I have an experience where someone very close to me isn't feeling very good. Like not that the person is upset or angry, just a general sense of dissatisfaction, of the feeling of being stuck. Right? And so what happens is that the energy, I absorbed it, and now it has become my problem. Right? But the thing about this is that, okay, there are many different ways of somebody else's problem becoming your problem. Okay, but the thing about it in this case, this is a case of energy, right? So now it is my problem, but the issue now is that I have to learn how to separate
Yes.
other people's energy from my energy, and
And sometimes you can't help though.
Yes, I know, but I have to learn how to release it.
Yep.
Right? Instead of so these few days I've been feeling like, why do I feel a bit like easily upset?
We just need tequila.
Yeah, we just need tequila. Okay, don't have tequila in the house. And her boss said she can't drink tequila. She can only take plain water, then put a bit of salt, pretend it's tequila.
Yeah.
She take the
That's
salt,
what
then
me.
she drink the water.
I haven't been I haven't been this sick for a while, so it's just
a throat, is it?
This time I get flu, but it's very different kind of flu. This flu is
It's
like
the never go away kind. Huh?
Yeah, it's never go away kind. And like when you cough, but you like it like like it just keep you. And when you cough so hard that you feel your brain is
shaking,
like shaking,
it's
and
like
want
an
to fly
earthquake.
out. Yeah. And then because you cough so hard, your lung also feel very tiring and exhausting at the same time.
Is it very dry and itchy?
Yes, but the itchy is very different kind of itchy. Even your phlegm come out is itchy, right? And then when you sleep at night, you don't have a straight sleep because of that.
Because
You don't have
coughing.
a deep, and also because you don't have a proper sleep for many
weeks. It gets worse and worse and
It's
worse.
getting worse because your energy is just
when is this going to end?
It is, and I'm like,
maybe you should try like a whole bottle of tequila.
That's a good idea.
Straight away, even if you cough, you're not gonna wake up because you're just like dead to the
Yeah.
world.
But like for me, a comparison, when I was young, right? I will beat myself up a lot if I'm sick so long, and then I feel like I'm useless for a month, right? But the more I mature, the more I learn how to patient with myself when I sick. Like I like, okay, universe need you to rest, so don't be stubborn.
Or you need to do
right?
something different.
Yeah, don't be stubborn. and really take your time to recovering, because you forcing yourself right now. You can't imagine how much I've been torturing myself to recover. I eat porridge, I go to steam, then I go to hot cold water, I go to steaming room, I go massage, I drink a lot of energy, like kind of like vitamins. I'm torturing myself every day. Like people would
Have
think
you
like,
gone
oh
to see a TCM yet?
yeah, but it's Singapore, they'll give you a medicine that
No, TCM is the Chinese doctors.
oh no, I haven't.
Then they will tell you, if let's say, okay, so Chinese, okay, this is besides the topic, but Chinese, right, supposedly we have two types of cough. One is a cold cough, one is a heaty cough. So if it's a heaty cough, you're not supposed to take things such as ginseng or things like that. If it's a cold cough, you're not supposed to take like cold drinks or cooling stuff.
Oh my god. Okay, next
Or
time
like
I will
herbal
ask
tea.
the phone number so I go there.
I'm sure the house, your house downstairs nearby should have one,
Yeah.
because it's the old estate.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
sure,
I
sure have
was
somewhere.
I was a person like I'm when I sick I do my very best to make sure that I recover fast, but
By taking everything that she can think of.
yeah, but it's not working anymore. After
Maybe it's time to
30,
see a Chinese medical doctor.
and also I'm aware of me, the last time I have heavy sick is early this year, which is remember like I have COVID and then chicken pox at the same time. So that's the same. So when every time I sick very long. If I don't sick, then I will never sick for
I
whole
get what you
years.
mean, yeah.
But I'm the person when I sick, right? I like kind of hospitalized.
So that all the sickness come together.
It is, yeah. It's really just slow down me. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like today like 20% up a bit. I'm looking forward that next week I should be better.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I hope
Fingers-
so. Next week we
fingers.
are going to talk about something else. But anyway, yes, my energy was a bit low because it's raining heavily here. And
Oh yeah.
you
the
know, I am
thunder
very
is so
easily
scary.
affected by the energies around me, as most of y'all would know by now. So even the weather, like the gloomy type, I also feel a bit like sleepy. I feel like I want to go somewhere warm, have a glass of wine.
Wow.
Red wine,
So
right?
nice.
You know what I mean? Like
She
when the
say
weather
like-
is cold and then you can, or maybe some hot soup.
I cannot drink red wine anymore, so yeah, doesn't enjoy
Yeah.
much.
So anyway, yes, back to the topic. Hang on. So what did I do? In this case, thankfully, the solution is something I can control. Means I. But I was a bit disappointed in myself, because I thought that by now, having practiced with emotions and energies for so long, right? That by now I would be able to at least differentiate that this is not the energy of my own, and picking it up from around me, from my environment. And then the releasing part, I feel like, I should know this, I should know better than this one. And that's why in the end I was more disappointed in myself than anything else. So I was like, okay, well, you have a long way to go to this apparently. So it's still a practice thing. So now I am learning to, it's always a practice for me, because I absorb the energies around me so easily.
Also, the weather right now, the weather make us feel like more like lazy and sleepy.
Yeah, no, I refuse.
You know what
I'm a Sagittarius, I fire.
When you say that, right? I just have another question come up that
What?
suddenly I like. I don't know if I share with you about the movie Avatar that I watched.
Which part?
No, I just watched for the first time in cinema. Did I share with you the story?
Avatar?
Yeah.
But hasn't it been out for a very long time?
Yes.
Is it the one with the tall blue people?
Yeah. Oh, so I haven't shared with you, so okay.
No, I haven't. I didn't know you haven't watched Avatar before.
I haven't watched, so I will tell you the story. So Avatar come out when I was 17 years old. 17, 18, right? That's the age, which is I just moved to
You were a
city.
young, naive teenager.
Yes, and I cannot afford.
Obviously.
So I don't have money to go cinema, but then that's the first 3D movie ever around the world. And they are, they say very cool. When you go there, you need to wear the glasses to watch for the first time. So the whole country, even in my country, that people like exciting about that, right? And the money of the movie is so much that people like they always sold out ticket, and sometimes they sold extra. They sold ticket midnight, but even that, I'm struggling to find money to can go, right? And I still remember, like I just tell myself, okay, I wish I have money to go, and then I never have opportunity. And then also, it's just life move on, working and
you
so
have
on.
other things to do now.
Yeah, and then you forget about the movie, right? And then you forget about a lot of things, and then
suddenly,
I on last few weeks, they say come out on the cinema again. Now they already closed again, so you don't have it in cinema.
The cinema is a 3D cinema, is it? Or the normal
The
cinema?
normal cinema, but
Okay.
that's, you know, Singapore cinema,
yeah.
pretty cool. So it's like even
But it's
a
not
normal
3D.
cinema, I will like,
Okay, let's just go and see lor.
yeah, and I'm on that day I feel very very down. Like, I'm not feel well. I'm sick, but then the sick, like, I'm not COVID, right? But then I'm still, and I go at the hour like nobody want. So I'm wear mask and everything. I bring blanket because inside is super cold. I never believed that I can watch the movie like 2.5 an hour. I see 2.5 an hour, I'm like, what the heck? Who watch movie 2.5 an hour? I have things to
If
do,
it's
man.
good enough. If
Yeah,
it's good
and
enough.
then I was,
You feel like it's
I
5
will
minutes
break
only.
in tear in the cinema because I, all the memory come back, you know. It's like how far I been go, how grateful am I that I sit in the cinema of the top city in the world with the best airport in the world. I watch enjoy, and then I have
Still have your own blanket.
my own blanket. I have a bed. I think cinema maybe less 4 people on that day because it's the office hour. I watch movie always when people working.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, so it's like,
Me too now.
yeah. And then I like, I break into emotional because the movie bring me so much of how energy work, and also at the same time how human is a problem, right? We are the problem of every problem in the world is come from human.
It's created by us.
And we are the other part of, like, you have two group of people, okay? One group of human that create problem non-stop, and then other group of human that have to keep solve the problem that other group do, right? And then it's a never stop kind of conflict, and never stop kind of, you create something I have to clean, you create something I have to clean, and that's how the world works.
So
It's
the baby
yin and
that
yang.
like refused to stop shitting.
Yes, and the world would be very different if the people who decide to stop create problem from the ignorant, from the stupid, you know, of choose to ignorant. Because for me, ignorant is a choice.
Aha,
You
that's
choose.
Chun Ho saying.
It's the truth. It's
Yeah.
knowledge is everywhere.
The
If
first
you,
time I heard it, I was like, it's true, ignorance is a choice.
it's a choice because it's knowledge is everywhere, and if you choose to don't study and you refuse to study, you refuse to, and you continue splash on the problem to the world, it's your choice. Anyway, get back to the movie. I never feel that deep or grateful, and I think the movie ready for me watch at the right time because you never give me the right message, and that's when I needed the most, when I feel down the most, right? The grateful, right? I've been go so far, like the movie is like 13 years, you know. It's like a journey for me, and I never think a little girl when I young that I wish to know, I wish to watch the movie, and maybe at that moment I watch, I may just wow because the 3D.
Yeah.
I would never really understand the deep meaning of the movie. And it's like 13 years and the movie still look amazing, right? And
it is.
it's so meaningful.
Next
Oh
time
my
if
god.
he has it in 3D, you need to watch it.
Yeah, oh my god, we'll talk about that. I feel like I want to watch it again. So later maybe I will go to search and watch again. My point is, we are create a lot of problem in the world, and then indirectly we spread our problem to other people. It's just because the hurt that we didn't solve in ourselves. I still come back with that. I still believe that hurt people, and I feel pity for people who in hurt that refuse to take help, refuse to change, refuse to grow, because that's now is become their choice, right? Their choice of bring a lot of problem to the world and then continue doing it and ignore the result of what they're doing. Sometimes may harm to their future, harm to their life, right? And it's go nowhere, you know.
I think sometimes you can say that maybe the people don't know what they're doing, but it's very simple. Results don't lie. If what you are doing something over and over again the same way and it's not
if you
working.
if you add value to the world, then the universe will step you and say good job.
But the point is that some people they don't believe in
yeah,
this,
they
or
don't
they
believe
have,
in this.
or they haven't had an experience of it, or their reality box is so small, nobody has spoken to them about it. But whatever the case is, even if you don't believe in the universe taps and all that, right? If you're not getting the results you're looking for, it means that not doing what you're supposed to do.
Mm.
That's it. Then if you don't change, if you don't whatever, then it's just going to be a bigger and bigger problem. Then
Yeah.
instead of don't make your problem my problem, you're making your problem other people's
Yeah.
problem.
You know, like this afternoon when I come home from the because I go apply for the visa, I have something very interesting, like the wisdom suddenly come up to my mind. I like, and
Your
suddenly
brain.
this, yeah, my brain, I finally understand something. I'm proudly to say I'm a kind person and I'm a nice person, right? And people may tell me like why do you walk around the world and say that? I say I will never have a night of sleep that feel guilt of anything I'm being lived back to this world. And today I feel like the choice I made in the past of doing YouTube, of contribute to the world of doing this, I don't know the consequence much for sure, because when I do it, I do with attention of I want to help the world. But on the process of I'm doing it, I destroy a lot of bad people, or I destroy a lot of people with want to scam other, or want to cheat other, or come with a negative mindset. So of course I will become the enemy, right? Because I tell the truth and public start listen to me. So now they have less victims. It's same like today I'm watching, and it come from the video of ICA Singapore actually. ICA Singapore do the video that the ICA officer talk to the scammer on the phone, which is so funny. You want to see it later, I send you. It's just so cute, and I think that is the level of integrity of Singapore that I'm sorry, but I love that's about Singapore. You know, they can just be so funny, even with the thing like people fake them and scam other, and they say like, yeah, I'm ICA officer by the way.
They must find it such a joke, right? Like you're
Yeah,
calling
and
me
he
to scam me.
don't scam me,
Are
and
you
I'm the
serious?
person, right? And
I'm gonna catch you.
that like the way of he laugh or he joke, it's just so friendly that make me feel like, oh my god, it's just no emotional. Because if you do the right thing, you don't have to upset. If you do the right thing, if your country is full of the people like Singapore is a country of, you know, like the people who work in the government is very clean for that reason. And that's why they're so chill. Like you go to the train and you see all the police and you smile with them and say hey, and say hey.
Yeah,
You know,
but you cannot go too close because
they
they got
cannot
like
too close.
they got
Yeah, they
sight
have
on.
gun and on that. But yeah, I'm
Then they were
saying
like,
like,
hey, you.
yeah, but I'm saying like they friendly with the
They're
citizen.
just like,
You know,
hi.
hi, you know, chill. I still remember. So now I'm listening to music and you know like big ear, and suddenly behind a bunch of the police guy, and I'm shot and they thought I'm like, sorry. Then I move, but it's the point of I want to come back is the integrity in this world nowadays is very obvious when the wisdom I come today that I start live with this disease. I call this a disease now for me. Okay, I said it that this is my cancer, that the rest of my life don't have a treatment. Just assume like now I'm lost my arm. So now I have to live with this new disease. I have to live with this new situation. I have to live with this new sickness, not from me, but from somebody else bring to me. Because also created by a choice I make to impact the world, right? And at that moment, it just boom. I'm like, wow, I feel so released because I doesn't I doesn't feel like I need to stop myself from doing what I'm doing anymore. Because the more all these people try to destroy me, the more to prove that I'm threatening to them, right? They fear of me because they fear of the truth. They fear how much I've been help people change their life. They fear of people smarter than them. They fear of they cannot scam people, they cannot cheat people money. The fear of they influencer cannot attack people anymore. So they have to try to
Other ways.
other way, right? And the more like that, the more I like. You just give me more power, man. The more you do that, the more you prove the point that why I should continue to do what I'm doing, and the more I should just treat you as a disease, as the sickness that yeah, you will be there for the rest of my life. I may cannot find the medicine or the stuff to stop it. It's like something changed. Like tomorrow, if I lost my arm, I have to learn how to live with a new body without arm. So it's the same thing. So every choice now and when that's come up to me when I'm on the way come home, I'm just like, wow, you know how much you've been growing over years of doing big thing and impact the world. The little girl back then, we will never even think one day she can think this big, right? And that's also why I love what we're doing all the time, because I want young women to continue believe in themselves. I want young people, like
Our
not
young
only
individuals.
young
Yeah.
individual, to remember, like, I don't say the journey of figure out who are you is easy.
It's not easy, but it can be done.
It can be done as long as don't give up on yourself. Don't let the society
Wear you down.
tear you down every day.
Yeah, because you are your own person.
Yeah.
Just
This
be
wisdom
strong.
is so deep that I think like maybe even Ava one day when she watch my video, by the time she maybe like
No,
super-
but hearing from you and experiencing that aha moment is different,
yeah.
right? Because you have a certain experience, and that's why you have certain. Whose phone is that? Must be Anne's phone.
No, it's Ava.
Eva. Okay, never mind. So anyway, you have had a certain experience. That's why you come up with that certain wisdom, right?
Yes.
And when people hear it, they're like, that's a good wisdom. But when you experience it yourself, it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
And it brings you to another very interesting point. It's a Chinese book recently that Wen Kai I chanced upon at the popular bookstore.
Oh.
And you know, we have always been reading English books. Suddenly we see this, and then we attempt to read the Chinese book, and then we're like, there's so many words we don't understand. Then beside that Chinese book that original Wen Kai was looking at was another one. The Chinese title translated, it means that the environment you put yourself in determines your ending, which means how big or how small you can be. Okay,
That's very good.
So the summary of the it's
but
true,
when
right?
you read again a different meaning.
Yes, it's a
maybe.
different meaning, but and different stage of your life. When people tell you the same thing, you have a different thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then the back of the book in summary, it said that if you put a plant into a small pot, no matter how big the plant grow, it will only be as big as the pot.
It is.
Okay.
That's true.
And then in the book, the chapter today, our topic is don't make your problem my problem, right?
Yeah.
And in just nice today, after reading, right, he came upon this chapter. This chapter talks about don't make your problem my problem, but in Chinese. So there's this person who says who is always insulted, and then his friend asked him why this person always insult you, you don't insult him back, right? Then after that, this person asked the friend, say, if let's say today you give me a present, I don't take your present.
Yeah.
Who does the present belong to?
Yeah.
You, right?
Yeah.
So if he insult me, I don't accept his insult, then who is taking the insult?
Yeah.
So it's like problems, energies, vibes, whatever you want to call it.
It's true.
You can choose not to accept it.
Yeah.
So if
Same.
somebody is upset with you, you can choose not to take that upset, but it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
I'm still practicing.
Yeah. I don't take people upset to me or throw me shit anymore. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm just more about every time I'm grow a big milestone here, right? I would think of what the next thing I can impact people based on this experience. Is that make sense for you? So I'm kind of transition myself from higher self-awareness. It means I want to look in deeper meaning than just myself and what can I contribute to the world. Beside of that is what can I left back to the world. Right now is the next stage of my life. I'm
What
feel
legacy are you leaving
what
behind?
legacy I leave behind. Like I don't want to sound like I'm cocky, but I achieve everything that what other people may work very hard until 65, 68, 70 years old, work their whole life to achieve. So I done with it, right? And of course, it's not say like life will get easier. I'm just saying.
No, you have a different set of problems.
Yeah, I said
it's
that
always like
I
that.
have a new set of
Problems to
problem
solve.
come with the bigger mindset I have right now. It's come from how do I pass down all this knowledge and skill on the right amount of time that when I'm still on earth. Does that make sense for you? And that is come back to, like, for example, I give you, like, just look at the car, like how the world make the car, right? The first guy who create this he cannot make a F1 car like today for
No,
sure.
it's just a.
Yeah, and
If
then
it can move, it's considered a good car.
yeah, and even he worked so hard for his whole life, like 30 years to create, like to improve the car, innovate the car to be better. The guy who's going to take over, going to
Upgrade.
upgrade it. It means he used what the other guy already built 30 years. Then he built on top of that another
And
30
30
more years.
years.
And that's how human in the world
Evolve.
evolve
Yes.
to solve the problem, to upgrade each other, to upgrade a lot of stuff. Like even today, like for you to have a lens eyes or camera, look at you and shooting this and spread to the world. Oh my God, think about it. Think about it. It's how many.
Last time we have to have pigeons.
Yeah, but then
We
how
write
many?
like that.
How many generation to create a product like this? So it's the same thing with human knowledge right now. That I feel like I'm not the one who own a lot of knowledge that I'm teaching, right? And I'm totally get it. It's just passed down from many master, many generation. And I'm just lucky at this period of my life that I'm have enough capable of observe that and can transfer down to the next generation
using the current media available.
Yeah, and that's the gift I have from universe. Universe give me gift not for me to use that for my own benefit, right? And I learned that thing again this time. I read one book of the guy who study about vibration, third eyes. So he explained about that, like why you need to fulfill your body, your soul, and your spirit. You need to learn on this three to and understand that most of rich or successful people in the world, they master this. They figured out this triangle of their life. But you need to know universe let you figure out that for you to use full potential of that for high advantage of human being. Which means you need to use that talent to help the world. You're not supposed to use that superpower for yourself, right? And that should just make me feel like, wow, now I get it. Like now I get it why I'm success. I would say I'm a successful person. I'm saying, wow, now I get it why I'm success, because never ever I think of take advantage of my power. Even I'm trying every day to remind myself how grateful I am. It's very hard for you to practice gratefulness when you have a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah. The more things you have, the
more
harder it is.
It is like, and the most harder thing also you have is when you go out. Everybody greet you. Everybody scared of you. Everybody carefully what word they will tell you, and it become a life of. This is the other side of success. People will say, wow, that's great. What? No, it's not. Because I tell you now, only in my life,
it's not that real.
Yeah, few people there to give me feedback to improve, but not insulting me. It means they sincerely love me as human being, and they see my dark side, or they see my weakness, or they see what
like the intention is true to help you to become better, and not like I'm jealous of you. The words may be the same, actually the feedback may be the same, but the intention is different, and people can tell.
So come back to,
so it is difficult. So it's like if you're skinny, you have problems. You are fat, you also have problems.
You fit also you have problems. Because
like
you have
we
to
had
exercise
an
to
episode,
maintain that.
like an episode say why being attractive is a problem, because it is a problem. So it's true. So if you are rich, you are rich people's problem. You are poor, you are poor people. So what kind of problems you want, you can decide for yourself.
Yes.
If you are rich, then you like you now sometimes you don't know people around you. Are they your friends? Are they there for you for your money?
I see
for your
my
power?
friend.
You get what I mean?
I saw people miserable all the time. Like yesterday, I go for the meeting with business meeting, right? I'm sick, but I still have to meet some people. And
were they miserable?
Yeah, you feel they're miserable, and you just couldn't help. They have
to figure it out on their own.
They have money that I don't know. I have to tell you, like sometimes you go out and certain friends spend money, you really think like their money is like water, man, like a water tank. It's just, I don't know, the credit card, how much the limit he really have, man.
Maybe no limit.
Freaking hell, man.
But some people they spend to.
But then you see
make themselves feel better.
The soul like in the person. Are they? I don't say all rich people are miserable, right? By the way, don't get me wrong. I'm just say some.
Like yesterday, the
experience I have
the experience she had,
was, and because he He just moved to Singapore.
Oh.
And he been living in Dubai for so long.
He has no friends here.
It's the first time he comes to Singapore. He moved job here and he start connect and build
Start again from zero.
No, not zero. So but he have his own empire. But the
No, I
point
mean
I'm trying to say is when I
relationship-wise.
drink with him a little bit enough, I figured out, oh, because that's how girl in Dubai is. So that's why he would think Singapore would be the
What do
same.
you mean?
It's mean like a lot of escorts in Dubai.
Escorts, okay.
Yeah, so they are like high-end pay, supermodel kind of looking, all the beautiful girl there. Easy option, easy choice because all the guy in Middle East is like freaking a lot of money, right?
Yes.
So because of that, he bring the culture here with the expectation or the assumption Singapore will be the same. You need to be like that, then you can have a girl, a lot of girl
How
around
long
you.
has the person been here?
Only 4 months.
Oh, 4 months he hasn't learned yet. That is
No, but people working all day, you see.
no time.
Yeah, the people who really make money, they don't have time to party one. But when they party hard, right? So he still.
So he needs more time to realize it's not like
look
that.
at that, like some people they travel, they stay in other country, but they still bring their own country culture. So I think it's
They
not.
stay in their own bubble. They bring
It
their own
is,
bubble along.
It is, yeah. They carry the whole thing
The
here.
bubble they
So
bring on the airplane, then they sit
yeah.
inside.
So anyway,
Then they come down.
what is the problem there that become my problem? Actually, I doesn't care because my friend recommend me him, ask me to help him, so I'm be there. But then I doesn't see that I can help him anything besides of spend his money for him.
I can help also. Why not?
You get what I mean, right? I like help here is like rich people probably different. Not help here is mean like, oh, you go there and give him some money. No, you cannot have
He has more than you.
you won't have money to help him anyway. But I'm just saying like you willing to be there for him to don't feel lonely lah.
I get what you mean. Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to say. And the meaning of stand there for him to don't feel lonely also feel wrong for me yesterday because I doesn't feel like I'm enjoying as well. So I did tell my friend I'm not sure if next time I will continue, but I know they love to have women like me around, can talk and joke, funny, like smart, attractive, whole package. But then they are not there yet. I don't know how to explain
No,
that.
but
It's like
the
money, yes, but as a friendship,
but the thing is like they are not interested
in what I'm interested, of course.
Yeah, they're not interested in what you're interested, and I'm not sure if they have opened themselves up to the fact that here in Singapore, men and women are more or less the same.
Yeah, but
I mean not about the wealth part
we're not going to like chain people though, babe.
Yeah, I have zero patience. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was telling Anna, I don't know whether I've said this on camera before, but I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
I am not
She's
interested.
very nice.
I run away from confrontation, but if it is necessary, I will do it. But it takes a lot out of me. So for me to tell somebody that they effed up and they should do something about themselves, it means that the shit is too much for me to handle and I'm not interested in your shit anymore and I'm pissed off already.
Yeah.
Or second, you are very important to me. Or somebody that I treat as a friend, then I will take the effort to tell you. Because for me, if you're just somebody on the road that I just meet at the bar or wherever, I just meet for 2 nights, I just listen to you, then I turn around.
Yeah.
It's not my problem anymore. But if I tell you advice, this and that, suddenly it becomes my problem. I'm not interested. So that's why she's a lot more patient. I'm like, just okay.
I think one of the thing of I patient, of course my own nature, but also one thing like I was struggling before, you see. So when I'm struggling and when I'm in bottom and nobody help and nobody believe, it's really frustrated and like really like it's really just every time I see somebody struggling. I'm in a position of seeing somebody struggling and the level of people who are struggling now I meet is very different when I was young, by the way. Get back to that. Like I meet
it's
people,
a different set of struggles.
It's a different set, right? And then
but
people will come to me and tell me like, what the heck you then you have patience enough to continue tell them. And that's the thing, because they was okay, I would
unless a person is a friend.
Okay, so I will tell you what the problem. Okay, my group of people around me now, different set of problem is because they also a product or people tell them you should chase for fame, success, and
And
money
then they have
and wealth.
chased it, and now
And
they
they chase it,
realize
they
that
have it.
they have nothing. There's nothing at the end.
It
It's
is
not what they
so.
expected to be.
But then now they too ashamed
To
to
tell
admit
people.
that, and
Yeah.
then they too lonely to tell people like have nothing here, and they don't have a courage. You see, people would think like, oh, you have money, you can say whatever. No, they need to keep their frame. They need to keep their position. Sometimes they need to keep their family. They keep their image. They keep the thing that they've been working hard 20 years so hard to build their wealth there, right? And now for them even to trust someone as a friend, it's already
It's
hard.
very difficult.
How
No,
do for them to share a lot of secret thing and together? So that's why
because they have more to lose.
it is. So it's the thing. I come back again. So the set of problem with people that I meet now that I would love to be patient to help them, because it's just another side of the coin of the money. You get what I mean? Like people will complain about poor people problem here, and they don't want to.
There is rich people problem.
Yeah, and people will say like, "Oh my God, you have freaking a lot of money. What is your problem, right?"
My problem is not about the money. Definitely.
We are
The person
human,
will say
right?
that.
They
Yeah.
can have a skill and the talent to make more money than you. Doesn't mean they are not human.
Yeah, correct.
That's for me, like my personal view. So I still feel like they deserve to get help, because can you imagine if all these rich people who have well treatment for their inner illness of like emotional problem, they can be a contribute very big for the society.
Yes, because they have a lot more capacity to give.
Exactly. So I don't get it when like people judge another wealthy people in the world like, oh, you have so much money, that cannot be a problem. If they can solve that problem, and that's no longer a problem for them, and they have a skill and talent to produce more money, produce more things for the world, why not?
But sometimes it's not about, I don't judge people for their wealth, but sometimes it's the attitude.
But you see that like come back, you have to have a patience to understand.
I know. That's why that's something that I know that I don't have, and my question sometimes to myself is, do I want to work on that? I think at this point in my life, my capacity is not big enough yet. So if I tell, okay, there are two kind. Like I said, it's either my friend or somebody that I know is sincere to change. If somebody is sincere to change, rich or poor, whatever it is, then I'll be more than happy to spend time with that person, because it takes time and effort.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm just out for a good night to release and to just relax. I'm not there to do counseling, okay? And then actually counseling takes a lot of energy.
Take a lot of energy. You have
and
to.
then I'm like, I just want to sit one corner and just watch the drama. I'm not interested to be part of the drama, okay? I just say after a while, I'm just like, I talk a bit. Sometimes I talk a bit. I think she has had one experience. I talk a bit. The person is like, no, very well. I'm like, okay lah. You just continue lah. Bye. Hi, bye. Bye. Because I have my own issues to solve, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's okay. I'll wait until I have the capacity yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's it for today.
Yes. So thanks.
Oh, I'm kind of like how this conversation go, because the energy not high also good. We didn't share this topic with like heavily, I feel like this conversation is just getting like so like deep between two mature women,
but not to the point where it goes like point 1 you must do this, point 2 you must do that.
And it just go, oh my God, I don't expect it smoothly, but it's
naturally.
It's kind of nice though, like I don't know how to explain that. It's like,
okay, let me try to see whether this is what you're trying to say. It's like
because most of the time when you book this topic in public, right, you will hear a fight or the drama or something like defeat. But then we book it so like even I know I don't have much view because it's not fight drama enough. But I feel like just give again one legacy for the world, like to give my wisdom and my,
like if let's say just one person watches it and something clicks for that person, I think it's good enough. And I feel like it's only possible because we are good friends.
Yes.
Off camera, we are good friends and we have that chemistry. That's why we can have topics like that and it flows naturally. And like, I respect her as an individual. She has her own views. I respect, but she respects me as an individual with my own views. And we don't try to like, no, you must think this way.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so that's why the conversation will flow naturally.
Yeah, and also when you have a conversation with people who like willing to listen and don't judge you,
Mm.
and then willing to open up like, that's interesting, I never in that
let me
perspective
go and
before.
process that.
Yeah, I want to understand more
Yeah.
about that, you know, because really with around people like the new some I learn a lot of stuff as well, you know. My girlfriend who, and that's why I love my girlfriend who are my girlfriend right now around me, because already hard to find women that not gossip, you know, drama, and still want to embrace each other to grow. That's a beautiful thing in life that I wish all other people also have, you know. That's my blessing, that's my gratefulness in life. So yeah, don't make your problem become other people's problem. And if everybody come to you and say, hey, you are really a problem right now, then it's time maybe
you reflect.
Time for you to sit down and
really think about
it, you know,
and determine if it is really a problem that you can solve, or if it's other people's problem. Because sometimes when you say certain things, right, people, you can say the same thing to 10 different people and you get 10 different responses or reactions. And it's not because of the thing you said, it's because of their own bubble, their own shit that they carry around. Their own thoughts, their own like emotions. Maybe on that day they're just not feeling good. That's why they're like, how could you do this to me? And the next day they're like, oh hi. Then you're like, bye.
Well, but everything in life have a price. Like we cannot throw the banana seed and we wish for the orange.
Everything has a price. So if you choose not to do something, there's a price to pay. If you choose to do something, there is also a price to pay. That's the number one lesson in life. Whatever you choose to do, there's a price to pay.
And that's it for today.
Yes, and next week, we probably will talk about this responsibility versus passion.
Oh, really?
And it's very good. Responsibility versus passion. Right now, I didn't realize it, but it's true.
Well, that's a funny topic.
Okay,
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on our
social media
platforms. We will see you again in the next Tuesday. I am Anne the Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.